What up, 2Qs here. Long story short, I recently made a couple promises to myself. One, I was no longer going to film with my iPhone. I just wanted to use my DSLR that I bought. And two, I was going to take a break from filming altogether. Sometimes I'd get so caught up in the filming aspect of things that it would kind of get in the way of skating, and what should be a 30-minute session would end up being like over an hour just because I was trying to film as opposed to just skate. Anyways, what ends up happening instead is I go to the skate park, I get close to landing a trick for the first time, and I don't want to miss out on the opportunity of filming myself landing a trick for the first time so I could go back and see kind of what state of mind I was in. So I just set up the iPhone anywhere I was. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to awkwardly hold this here and we're gonna go through some of that footage, and I'm just going to show you some of the new tricks I've learned, as well as again what my state of mind was going into those tricks and how I figured them out. A lot of them aren't even new tricks, it's just more or less I'm doing them in new spots. So yeah, let's check it out. So here, this is nothing new, I'm just going back and forth in this bowl, but just wanted to note that I've definitely got more comfortable. I'm able to get up on that coping no problem. Also learned how to drop in backwards. I still can't get out though, I just 180 out every time. Here I am trying to figure out backsides, still not the best at those, but definitely improving a little bit. Here I was inspired by Dennis. He was doing 540s over this thing like they were nothing. So I wanted to see if I could at least 360 it. Now this ledge in an earlier video I looked at and I said one day, and I didn't think that day was gonna come so soon, but I figured if I am potentially gonna try this, I definitely need to set up my iPhone somewhere. So I just set it up and I'm just kind of playing with the idea. I keep approaching it, envisioning myself doing it. That's not the one. And it'd be ridiculous to try it from here because I don't have enough speed. But that's exactly what I do. So I don't land it. But butterflies are out of the way. So I go for it again. And then bam, I get it there. And I'm so excited I do this goofy little 360. And I wanted to post this on Instagram, so I do it again. No goofy spin. Now this is another day. I'm at Goodyear skate park again, and I found this little ramp you could go up, and my goal at first is to just go up and stall and then just come back down backwards. And then I jump up and kind of slide a little bit, and I'm like, hey, maybe I could figure out how to do grinds on this. So I'm doing some front sides there. And now I'm trying to tweak my leg into position to actually do a Royale. Not necessarily trying to do the grind, just trying to do a stall. And then slowly work it into a grind. So you see my leg wobbling a little bit there. As much as I try, I just can't get my weight in the right position. I think I just needed to lean back on that leg more. So I try a couple other grinds after this. Getting those down pretty smooth though. Boom, a fall there. That doesn't look like it hurts that bad, but both these falls actually hurt me way more than they should have. So I kind of landed there. Go back to the front. And then before I leave, I wanted to try to clear this pyramid. My feet just barely clip the edge there. Too many people on that one. Boom, got it on that. So now this is another day here back at the main skate park I usually skate at. I'm not sure if it's the next day or a couple days after. Anyways, what I was thinking when I was doing those grinds on that little ramp is I'm going to take this back to my home park and do some grinds on that coping. Like, that little thing was the perfect size. It wasn't too large to where I could figure things out. So here I am. I'm gonna go ahead and try that at my local park. I figure same method. Gonna try the stalls first. Struggling with that. There we go. Now this guy is kind of funny. His board, instead of just like rolling back to him, decided to roll all the way here. And quick note, he is actually there almost every morning when I go there at 6 a.m. He gets off of work at, I think, 5 or something, and he goes there in the mornings. And just in the last couple of months, I've seen that guy improve quite a bit. So it's pretty cool to see other people improving too. Now my goal here before I left was to try to learn how to do so basically anytime you do 2 grinds, it's called a switch up, yeah? If that's correct, and if it's not, let me know in the comments. I'm trying to do my first switch up here, just any sort of sole variation to front side or whatever. So there I am, just trying a couple stalls before I go for it. And what I noticed is I'm just kind of lazy with my foot. I mean, I'm not really committing. I'm doing the first grind and then I'm just kind of letting my leg drop. So eventually I tell myself I need to almost jump forward if I'm gonna do a front side at least. Just mixing it up a bit here. I feel like I'm going so much faster than it looks. Anyways, back to the sole to front. I'm getting pretty close here. And this is the point where I'm telling myself, okay, jump forward if you plan on landing this. And by forward, I mean just towards my like front leg, shift my weight that way. What's going on here is I'm trying sole to, I think backside torque is what it's called. And then back to sole to front side. Definitely getting closer here. And I consider a couple of these successful. See, that one right there was alright. And that one was okay. But nothing super sustainable, right? Okay, so this is the next day. If you've seen any of my last few videos, you might have seen that I've struggled with Royales. It's been an issue since day one. And while I'm trying to do these switch ups here, I think I'm going from sole to switch front side. And I figure, hey, I should just try to do a front side switch. If I'm gonna do it from sole to that, I need to figure that out. And what I discovered is that I've been trying Royale switch this whole time. I don't know how you're technically supposed to do them, but I've been doing them with my sole foot on the front. So by doing it this way, I was putting my sole foot in the back, which makes way more sense. And it kind of felt like my feet were going to slip out from under me, but instead I would just jump, lock on, and end up doing a Royale. I was able to consistently do them after that. It wasn't just a fluke. You could see in that footage at Goodyear, my feet were literally wobbling back and forth. Whereas here, I'm able to, I mean, they're not the prettiest Royales, but you gotta remember this was the first day I started doing them, like, consistently at least. And what I'm telling myself is just jump up like you're gonna do a sole, and then last second kind of tweak your foot a little bit. And you can definitely tell my foot's almost going to a sole grind, but instead I do a Royale. So I've either been trying to do a Royale switch this whole time, or I've learned how to do them switch and I just can't do them normal. But either way, I was pretty blown away by that discovery. I ended the session pretty short and came home right away to start editing this footage so I could share that with you. So if you're somebody that's struggling with Royales, try it switch, see what happens. I guess we gotta, approach tricks in as many different ways as we can to see what works best for us, because we're not all the same. Some of us like doing tricks one way, and then somebody else might like doing it another way. Anyway, that's been some of my skating that I've been doing. It's been pretty hot out here, so I have not gone the last 4 days. If I do go, it's usually super early in the morning. With 4th of July and all that, I haven't been able to get out there. One last thing before we wrap it up, I did want to give a shout out to Brandon Drummond. If you're not already subscribed to him, go ahead and check out his channel. He does news, updates, as well as he's a great skater. So if you're not already subbed to him, check him out. Otherwise, I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.